All right. Let's see where we're at. Because I got stuffs to do today. Let's see here, though. Make sure my phone is over here. I just had a delicious breakfast. So we did 5 hours of Death Stranding 2. And then Chris made flautas con pollo y ensalada. And then I had a walk, went to the park, took a quick walk. I was gonna do some pull-ups and stuff, but there's a bunch of mud everywhere, so I just took a walk, stretched my legs a little bit, did my physical therapy, a little bit of my physical therapy, came back, did some banking, answered some voicemails, stepped in cat vomit as soon as I got home. I like literally took my shoes off and went to put my other shoes on. Went to took my outside shoes off, went to put my inside shoes on, and when I pulled my foot out of my shoe, I stepped on the floor and stepped right in a pile of cat vomit. So that was great. Anyway, I just went and got another cup of coffee, and we are gonna do some production here. Draken says I just made chilaquiles. They did not disappoint. Very nice. Chilaquiles for the win. Man, why does it sound like something is producing? I don't have anything in production at my base. Sure sounds like something is producing. Oh, you know what? I bet that's the wind turbines up top. Speaking of which, I need to go make 4 filters before I do anything. One, two, three. Looks like I need to make a round of aluminium first. Yeah. And while that's doing that, let me go replace the filters, and then we can go do a round of harvesting. Forgot to grab the filters from the thing. Edward Heller says, greetings and hello from YouTube. What's up, Edward? Good morning, everybody. We are on the second stream of the day today. I decided not to take a break and wait till this afternoon. We just took a quick breakfast break and came straight back into it. So we're going to do a few hours of Dune Awakening. So assuming no power outages or any hiccups of any kind, we should be here for the next probably 3 hours, more or less. So strap in, get some coffee, do what you need to do. I definitely need some more coffee. It is those wind turbines. They make that noise. I can hear it now, standing right next to them. Dude, I do not need to be carrying all this cash around. Let's go drop that in a chest. One of these chests has money in it. Twould be that one. Let's make some more bandages. Why is my molding wire paused? have plenty of welding wire anyway. Huh. I don't know what that was all about. We had like a bugged out welding wire. Fixed itself. Yeah, I know you can. I don't, though. I don't. There's a very specific reason that I don't deposit straight from the thing. And that's because you can't split, unless they've added that functionality, you can't split the filter stack when you're trying to add it straight from the device. So if you go up to the machine, let me walk you through this. If you go up here and you just do this, and you have filters here, and you have this deposit button, you can't split what you're depositing. And I don't want to deposit more than one per unit. So if I were to use that deposit button, it would deposit all the filters that I have in storage. So in order to get around that, I put it into my inventory, split it into one individual, and then I manually put one in at a time. There is a method to the madness. And then that gets these filling up, and in another 8 hours they'll be full again. And we can continue onwards. But for now, I need to check all my resources because I think I need to go do a run. Yeah. I have plenty of cobalt paste. I could probably stand to go do a flour sand run. Because that's going to be cranking out aluminum for quite some time. So I can just leave that alone. And we still need like another 300. Yeah, I need 574 duraluminum. I only have 253, so I need another 225 pieces. Which, honestly, that should get me enough aluminium to do so, and then it'll just be the crystals. Oh, I know what I was going to do today. Well, later. So, this is Bubblonia's buggy. Ooh, that's a Harkonnen buggy. I like the mud fenders on that bad boy. So that's a Harkonnen buggy, and this is my Atreides buggy. Dude, I gotta say, I like the look of the Harkonnen buggy. That's cool, man. Mud flaps for the win. Anyway, one of the projects we're going to work on today as part of the crafting section of the stream is we're going to be pulling the garage out. We're going to be backing the garage all the way out to here. Because I own all the way out to here. But we're not going to come all the way out here, though. We are going to come out to the edge of this platform so that I can then build a bigger pentashield, and we're going to make a massive guild parking garage. So the idea is that today, whenever I get to the crafting portion, this whole thing is going to come out to here. And we are going to expand the garage so that we have a much wider and larger door. I don't want this to be something people fly into, so I might not make it too tall. But I do want it to be much wider so that we can have 6 or 8 buggies parked in the entryway. That's going to be happening later today. Later during the stream. But not yet. Okay, I think I'm going to go do a quick flour sand run. I think. Just so that we have some on hand. That's right. Car park my shit, man. Capitalist for the win. Oh yeah, we're fine. I got 50% on those wings. Off to find some flower sand. And here in a minute, we'll go check the news article that I published earlier and continue to soak up the tears of the PvP players who are extremely pissed off that half of the deep desert is becoming PvE. The PvE Care Bears ruined the game! Ah! They're making half the deep desert PvE! Ah! Yeah, buddy. Means I no longer have to deal with your griefing asshole bullshit stupidity. You can keep north. Go build your go do your spice blows and all that shit way north up in the spice fields of the northern deep desert. The rest of us are gonna be able to go have our own fun in the southern half of the deep desert, which is freaking awesome. But oh my god, the amount of QQ on that post. The amount of whiny little PvP, not even PvPers, it's the whiny griefers. It's the griefers and gankers who are having a meltdown right now because they're losing all of their ganking territory. I'm not going to be able to gank people anymore. This is not a safe place. Yep, there he is. That's exactly right, Bubbleonia. Most of them aren't doing spice blows. They're just player killers who are pissed off that they're going to lose a huge chunk of players that they're no longer going to be able to PvP for fun. Because they don't get gear off of them. There's no gear drops. It's just griefing for the sake of griefing. It's great. I'm glad to see those players disappear. Dude, harvest the stupid spice nugget. There you go. Correct. Other players can damage your vehicles in the PvP areas, so. It's a win-win. It is a win-win. It's a win for all of the players who want to do legitimate PvP. It's a win for the PvP players who want to do legitimate gameplay. It's a win for the PvE players who want to participate in the deep desert and the lands rad. It's a win for every person who is playing the game for legitimate reasons. The only people who are losing are the gankers and the griefers. And they're out there acting like they make up the majority of the player base. It's like, bitch, you don't even make up 1%. I need full PvP loot! Even though the game never once promoted PvP loot, full PvP loot as a thing. It was always like, no, that's a Landsrad option that you have to win to be able to do. They're ruining the PvP crybabies are ruining the game! Okay. Alright, that's more than enough. Oh, my suspensor belt is broken. but just pot shot at me. May not be worth the repair. It's probably going to be easier just to make myself a new one. Yeah, the big thing will be now too, because the PvP section is so far north.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
This is, I might not make it back to my base. Somebody's got a base right down here. Oh, this is my old base. Haha! Well, we're gonna go hunker down. Which means I was flying in the wrong direction to begin with because I wasn't paying attention. Wait for the storm to pass.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Anyway, like to get to the spice blows that are out in the deep desert, the like all the control points are in the PvP section. So there's none in the PvE section. So all the control points are in the PvP section. The big spice blows are in the PvP section. I believe there are additional Imperial testing stations that are in the deep desert. So all of the fastest rewards, like the big guild versus guild fastest way to achieve results, highest level of reward for the highest level of risk, that's all out in the deep desert, in the northern parts of the PvP section of the deep desert. Meanwhile, the bottom half is for the solo players, the small group players, the PvEers who have to do it at a much slower pace because they don't have access to the big spice blows and the control points and all this other stuff. So it's a much, as they said in the post, it's a much more grindy section of the deep desert, but it's for those of folks like myself who don't mind the grind. And so we're happy to just go out there and pitter putter around and have our little walker that we use to get from sand rock to sand rock while we avoid the worm.
Hey, get off my lawn, kids. I want my spice. There, I've got a little spice. A spice dribble. I'm gonna go harvest the spice dribble.
And you can have your spice blows and blow each other up with your ornithopters and, yeah, have fun with that. Meanwhile, I'm gonna drink my coffee and have fun my way. By the way, Draken, what did you put on your chilaquiles? I know that was forever ago when you said you had chilaquiles, but I forgot to ask because I was in the middle of doing the intro stuff. What kind of chilaquiles did you have? All right, let's go north. Eggs and a bit of feta cheese. That works. I saw a post, Bubbaloni, in the Dune Awakening Discord. There's a section where some of the griefer crybabies have started a thread, and I don't remember. I'm paraphrasing the title, but it was literally like, what's the point of PvP in this game if I'm not allowed to full body loot? I might as well go back and play Rusted. I might as well go back and play Rust. That was I'm paraphrasing the title, and a whole bunch of people in the comments were like, you should go back to play Rust because this game was never promoted as a full loot PvP game. Like the PvP in this game was always about, you know, you're competing over resources. You're not competing over the gear that people are wearing. Like you're competing over the spice blows and the control points, and you know, you can kill other players, but it's for the purpose of defeating them to take over the control point or defeating them to get control over the spice blow. It has nothing to do with dominating the other player, kicking their ass and taking their shit. Like, that was never part of the marketing material or anything. And to think otherwise just shows how you weren't paying attention. But I do love how people like, then go back and play Rust then. Like, this game was never about full loot PvP. I think it would be fun one day to go out there and do a big spice blow, or one day go out there and do a control point, but that's a long way away. I have so much more other things to do. Like this stupid base that's going to take me 6 months to build. Alright, we should have a bunch of flower sand that we've now deposited. Take a sippy poo. Exactly, Blackthorn. Even guilds should rejoice now, because instead of having to get their carrier and crawler all the way to the A zone for safety, they can simply get to a PvE zone and they're home free. But more competition, because the PvP stuff is exactly more concentrated. It's still a big ass area though. Like, it's 5 wide by 4.5 tall, which is essentially 22 quadrants, or something like that. 22, 23 quadrants. It's a lot of quadrants. Okay, let me think about this for a minute. I don't need cobalt paste, so I think we can probably start base building. Because this is going to take forever and a day to finish doing all the aluminium. Yeah, it's only done 50. Not even, it's done 40. And I've still got another 2. That's going to be like another hour and a half just processing aluminium while it brings up new water. And then before I log off, I'll have it start doing a round of duraluminum. Oh, let me go check, see if I have enough crystals. I might need to do a crystal run. 863 divided by 4. Calculator, where art thou? What did I say, 863? That's 215. That is not enough crystal. I still need another... I need another round of crystals. I don't want to do crystal harvesting today. I did crystal harvesting yesterday. That's like my least favorite activity, is that stupid radioaction zone. Pass! Do I need anything else? Gotta think about this before I actually start, because I don't think I need to make any new... I don't need new cisterns yet. I don't need a spice fabricator yet. Ugh, I do need more coffee. I just made another storage chest, so we're good there. I mean, I could make another medium water cistern, couldn't I? Should we? I'm gonna hold off on that. I have fun every day, Spade. My day job is the best day job in the world. All right, let's see here. I don't think I need that. Did you guys catch the trailer for Crosswind? Let me pull this up. I watched this last night and I went, this is gonna be fun. I might have to pull this up on. Hang on, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna watch this trailer and then we're gonna go do some crafting. Because if this doesn't get you excited, I don't know what'll get you excited. Hang on, though. I gotta pull it up and get it opened and. Stop playing the fracking trailer, man. Wait. So this is called Crosswind. It's in alpha. It's a long way away, so I don't know when it's got to release. But this looks damn fun. So for those of you who like survival games, this looks like it's gonna be legit a really fun time. I mean, I just think this looks like it's gonna be a really, really, really fun time. A pirate-themed survival game. With ship combat. No! Boss mobs. Combat. Pistols, swords, ships. So it looks like a Shrouded, kind of like, but with pirates. It's called Crosswind. I caught the trailer for that last night and was like, oh, that looks pretty freaking awesome. Like, no lie, I think that looks really, really cool. Obviously, it's a ways away, but it's an Unreal 5 game. It looks super cool. Like, it reminds me a lot of Enshrouded with, like, the RPG quest lines and the ranged and melee combat series. I don't know that they've talked about whether it's single player, multiplayer, or any of that stuff. But it looks really cool and it looks really interesting. So for the moment, I would say, if you're intrigued by that kind of stuff, you know, keep an eye on it, wishlist it, etc. Matter of fact, I should probably do so, which I haven't done yet. Add to your wish list. Yeah, request access. Why not? That could be fun. Definitely intrigued by that. Like, it's a survival game in an alternate age of piracy. Oh, it actually says here, diverse PvE, PvP, and in-game activities supplied with constant updates. So maybe they're going to do like a blended kind of like what they did with Sea of Thieves. I don't know. It sounds intriguing. That's all I know, is it sounds intriguing and the trailer looked freaking awesome. Like, pirates? I'm always going to be down for pirates. Like, I'm always going to be down for some sort of pirate gameplay. Avast ye hearties! Someone's asking, is anyone able to test... I read that wrong. Is anybody able to stream from the new test server for Dune Awakening? I would assume so. It just says the only rules are that it's bound by the same terms of service that bind everything else. So I don't, as far as I'm aware, there's no restrictions. Hang on. Why did it mod that? AFK Mar says, ship comment's always something looking more for, and some griefer somewhere right now is crying, if we can't loot the entire ship, it's trash. For sure. You know they're out there. You know those players are out there. Anyway, not to sidetrack from what we were doing here with crafting and base building and Dune Awakening, but Crosswind looks pretty freaking awesome. If I get into the playtest, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Definitely stream that if I do. Base building time, kids. That was a nice little trailer bump. End of Crosswind trailer. Let us expand the base because all the guildies want to park their big ass buggies right in my little garage. Ugh. I put the post out earlier, Transcend, but essentially it's A, B, C, A, B, C, D, and part of E. 4.5 PvE, 4.5 PvP. So the bottom half, the bottom southern regions are all PvE. The top 4.5 are the PvP. So it's right down the middle, split half and half. Okay, we got to do some demolishing here first. Ooh, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to destroy those without bringing the whole roof down. This is going to be fun to see what happens here. You know what? I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna rethink this. Those are Kaladin Palace walls. I actually don't want to tear those down. I'm gonna do. I hold this thought. You just get up in there. Get up in there. There we go. So this section is going to be more bigger. So I can make this all the way across. I know what I'm going to do here. Hold up. Because we got to do this smart. Demolish that. So these were Chome facility foundation pieces. Chome facility foundation pieces. Okay. This is going to give guildies a much bigger place to park in. Foundation. Did I do a different set? God damn it, you're not wrong. Well, thank you, Aurora, for correcting me on that. I didn't see it from the side, and you're right. I was on the wrong set. Thank you. Somebody has had plenty of sleep and plenty of coffee. That someone would not be me. It was the... What the hell did I use here? Chome Facility Foundation. What the hell? Was this it right here? There we go. Yeah, I think I was on the Chome Stronghold or whatever it was, not the facility one. Yeah, that was my bad. Dude, it does not want to let me place one right there. I think we'll do one more, and that ought to give us what I want. And then I can expand the door for guildmates. And then I need to build a ramp, too. I should have plenty of space to do the ramp. And that's going to give our guild members a much wider point of entry for the garage. Get on in there. Come on now. Okay. I probably still want to do the half ramps because these are a nice, gentler, much gentler slope. I should have enough space to do the half ramp to give us a nice... No, come on now. Okay, there's that one. That one. Ooh, this might go all the way to the edge of the build. It's gonna be really close. Room to spare. Okay, now I got to do this. This will be fun to figure out. Can't connect that to that. I'm not sure what connects to these. I mean, I could put... Do I have to put flooring like that to then put the walls? I might have to just on this outer edge. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Come on now. You just don't want to fight. There it was. I saw it for a second. Sometimes these bitches is finicky. Oh, I just had it. Damn it, it was right there and I moved. Okay. Okay. Now, what was this right here? Pretty sure these are just the base walls. Yeah, that's wall 2. Which are these? Okay, and these were this piece. Okay, now if I remember correctly, these were the Caladan. Yeah, palace walls. Oh, that's right, my suspensor belt is broke. I gotta go fix that eventually. Okay, we gotta go Caladan. Now, I want to bring this across the face. And I don't know if I'm going to have to build any pillars or something to support it. I need one more? No, that hit the edge. Well, I'll fix that here in a second. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna have to bring it in and make it all blocked off with this. No, no, down you go. Insufficient stability. By the way, I put that the wrong way. Probably need to. It's gonna look weird to do it that way, though. But for symmetry purposes, and then this over here, I don't know what I'm gonna do with yet. Doesn't matter at the moment, because that'll have its own rooftop. All right, first things first, we need to move the pentashield door. So how do I move a pentashield? Oh, I bet I have to drag it. I bet I have to just destroy it. Pick up buildable. It has an X over it, so I don't think it's going to let me do it. I think I have to destroy that. And rebuild the pentashield right here. No, 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 no. Get it all the way over there, bitch. Did that work? There we go. Now we need to make that available to guild members. Booyah. Alright, so now we have a much wider. So now multiple people can just drive their buggies up in there. And now we have a big open garage space here for buggies. We can pile 10 or 12 buggies in here now. And I gotta put roofs on this bad boy. Better yet. I think we can do the whole thing like this. Question is, am I going to have to put any support? We're going to find out in a bit. Oh, I better have enough. Come on now. Don't make me run out. So boudoir. Our little bougie guild hall. I don't know if it's the guild hall. It's just a massive base that I'm making that's available to everybody. Alright. Now that's done. I need to build the overhang. Might as well keep doing this, and we'll get some lighting out over here. Actually, you know what? I don't want it all the way up top. We want the overhang to be right here. Oh, it's gonna be close, man. Yes, we need half walls. Yes. Yes. I will take half walls to make buggy pits for sure. Alright, now I need some, I did these before out of the, and I think I'm going to do them again out of these because these looked kind of cool. Yeah, that's out. Just as a nice element. Nice little overhang. Out of a different material, which gives it a nice... Oh, I'm out of granite. No! How dare you? Alright, we're gonna go get some more granite. We gotta get more plastone anyway, so... Off we go. Alright, that garage looks way cooler now. I think that looks pretty awesome. That's a giant ass building. And at some point, oh, matter of fact, yeah, we're not going anywhere. I need gas. There was granite right there, so I'm gonna take that and craft really quick. But Millennia, I missed your resub over on Twitch, man. Thank you so much. 20 months in a row. God damn. Is there valet parking? There's definitely self-parking. All right, now we have this big old bay for buggies. B is for buggies, and it's also for bay. Oh, I can't wait till we can name our buggies, because this is the first time I've seen this. So Babylonia has his buggy here, and I'm co-owner, and then I have my buggy, and they're both called Buggy. What's up? Frodo! Mommy brought you in. Can I say hi, or are you going to go straight to bed? Just a big baby. Just a big baby. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Was he crying at the door? Yeah. you ready to come in and say hi to everybody? Oh, purr. You are ready. You have not. He hasn't been in the office in 3 days, 4 days. For some odd reason, he just hasn't asked to come in for like 3 or 4 days. His brother, on the other hand, Smeagol's in here every day. Oh, you're a big boy. Purr. And claws in my shoulder. Thank you. Yeah. Smeagol does the same thing. Yes. Hi. What do you see? No. I don't know what you think you just saw, but you're not jumping on the laptops. I think he was looking at the monitor and he saw something moving. So I have the three monitors here. He looked right at my stream box monitor and was like getting ready to jump at something. I don't know why. I have Streamlabs is running, so I don't know if he saw my face moving or the mouse cursor or something. Here, let's move that notebook. That's actually my wife's cat. That's Frodo. He's a pretty boy. He is a pretty boy. I want half of everything, Tombs. I want half ceilings, half walls. I want half roofs. I want to be able to have halves of everything so that I can properly. Did he go out again? ¿Se fue? Solo quería saludarme y nada más. Chido. He came in, said hi, went out again. He just wanted to say hi to Dad. That's funny. He's a good boy. All right. This should be what I want. Let's flip that around. Okay. We got a nice overhang here, and you know what I'm going to place right along here? Oh, I forgot my... I think I got to go fix my belt. Crosswind says, can I ask a silly question? You might not get an answer, but you could certainly ask. Oh, it's still got half use left. All right, that looks good, man. We have a big old parking bay now for everybody. And we're gonna move. Why do I keep all my money in storage? Because I don't trust the banks. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. How many do I have of these? 1, 2, 3. I do. I have enough to do this. All right, we're gonna. All right. We're gonna very carefully do this. Never trust the banks, kids. All right, I have 6. I'm gonna more or less eyeball this, but we're gonna drop 1 on each one of these squares. And I'm not gonna be able to get it lined up perfectly, but we're gonna more or less get this 1 on each square. It is not available everywhere when you bank it, at least until they patch it that way. You definitely still need money in hand to buy things at like local merchants and stuff. Or at least you did. I haven't bought anything in a long time, so maybe they've changed that in the past couple of weeks. So don't quote me on that. But yeah, never trust the bank. That's literally what it comes down to. There's also a part of me that said I'm too nervous to take things and fly it to the, dealing with, launch server issues and everything else. I don't want to deal with the possibility of my ornithopter going down while I'm taking money to, like, Arakeen, Whereas here, I know it's safe. It's not going anywhere. I could worry about the alignment later. The big thing is I'll have 6 of these for each square of the rooftop. And then any I decide to place later, I can put elsewhere on the base. And then I can move these wind traps too. I already know where I want to move those. All right, there we go. That is now my wind traps across the front there. So from down here, it looks pretty good. Like, obviously, they're not symmetrical up there at the moment, but that gets those all the way lined out across the front, which is perfect. And if I wanted to, for the sake of... I don't need to, though. All right, now these, on the other hand, I would like to move. All right, I should be able to... Perfect. Okay. Yeah, the base is getting there. It's getting there. We're going to put... Okay. That is sort of, kind of, not really squared. Ah! There we go. Push it in all the way if we can. Bring it out to about right. Okay, I'm gonna bring one more over here. Nope, I have done this 100% by myself. No one has contributed to this build. Ah, almost fell. Ain't no streamer privilege here, man. I work for my shit. All these private server streamers with their little minions doing all their harvesting for them. I'm solo PvE. Uh-huh, sure you are. Okay, this is gonna be more or less... Okay, I got those two set up. and then I can put the last two over here. Hang on. There we go. That's why it took me 72 hours to get to my ornithopter, because I spent a shitload of time building 2 buggies, 2 different bases, before I ever worried about, like, I built the garage and everything before I ever did anything. Sonic, man, thanks for the sub over on Twitch. Appreciate it. By the way, guys, I don't know if you still know, this is still going on. That's going on until July 8th, I believe. So if you haven't gotten that, make sure, whether it's to me or to other people, don't forget to claim that if you haven't already done so. That works through gifted subs and normal subs. So make sure to pay attention to that if you haven't already done so. That's wrong. Hold up. It needs to come this way. I'm like herping and derping. Yeah, I know I'm dehydrated. Okay. Alright, last one to move. This is what I was talking about yesterday with like making this look like one of those commercial, like if you've ever been up on a rooftop of a building and they've got like all the air conditioning units on top. Alright, we're gonna flip that like this. Something like that. Of course, now I gotta go see what it looks like from the air. But I think that's gonna give me the look that I want. Perfect. Now, if I want to get really technical about it, what I ought to do is put that one right there, catty corner, so it's like angled out from the, if that makes sense. On screen it would look like that. Catty corner that one out so it matches the angle, and then put this one over here so that it's angling straight out from the base. If I wanted to make it like symmetrical, that's what I probably need to do actually. I'm not gonna be satisfied with that until I make that happen, so let's go do that. Whiskey says, missed half what you're saying. Don't miss what? Oh, just the picture that I had on screen. They're still running the campaign for to get that Atreides outfit in the game. I think that goes until July 8th. It's for subs plus gifted subs. I think it's like 2 gifted subs, or the Twitch Prime subs don't count. But like if you gift a couple subs somewhere, or if you manually sub somewhere, you get access to those cosmetics in the game. All right, I gotta flip this around. Is what I gotta do. I'm gonna have to move it completely out of the way though, because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to see what I'm doing. this same thing. We gotta move it out of the way, and then we gotta flip this around. So this will go like this. Something like that. And then this is going to be the hard one because I got to make it line up with the... So it's basically going to be doing it just like... Sort of like that. It's not quite centered. It's awfully close, though. No one's gonna notice but me. I gotta fix it. It's not right. Damn it.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Oh, you take that sandstorm and you shove it. Those two lines are almost perfect. I think we're good right there. Oh, no. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, for sure. That looks much better. Got a nice symmetrical wrap. I could probably fit one more right there if I wanted to be technical about it. But we're not going to because I'm not going to put any more of those. I will move to the larger wind traps. Okay. We have accomplished... God, I love watching these sandstorms roll in.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
So cool. Alright, let's get down inside. I'm out of coffee! Was there a patch today? I just saw that there was a Discord notice for a hotfix at 1 o'clock this morning. I didn't check to see if there was a patch. Thanks for the gifted subs, Whiskey Dad. Someone on Reddit found almost 170,000 credits in an abandoned base, says Tombs. Holy crap. That's luck right there. That's also like telling me not to leave my credits in my bank, in my home base. Okay. It was Farrell's old base. I hope so. That guy gets whatever's coming to him. Alright, that's done. Alright, next stage of my plan. Alright, that looks pretty good. I could theoretically bring that up one more if I wanted to. But what I kind of want to inspire people not to try to drive their ornithopters in here. And if I bring it up one more, guild members, there's going to be people who are like, I'm just going to go fly my ornithopter in there. And I really don't want that to be an ornithopter thing. I want that to be for buggies. But we are going to go do something up top really quick. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this work. We're gonna try it and see. I don't know what it's gonna look like yet. Okay. We have to connect, because I don't know that you're allowed to wrap corners. Oh, you know what though? It won't let me do it out to the edge though, because we don't have a connecting base. I see. So I'd have to do it like this. No, I have not put any boxes in the buggy bay yet. Not yet. Damn it, I don't know how I'm going to make this work because it's not wanting to connect. There we go. Oh, it's not connecting. I don't think I'm going to be able to make this do what I want it to do. Because, see, it's wanting to connect. Okay, hang on. See, I want it to go there. Ah, it's not going to work. So, I had an idea of, like, wrapping this whole thing in a pentashield all the way around. I don't think I'm going to be able to make that work the way I want it to, because it's wanting to connect. It's got to have a top point and a bottom point to connect to, and the railings are messing it up. So if I did a pentashield, I couldn't have a railing. You know what I mean? Because, like, see, it's using the edge of the railing as the edge of the box. So I could do this and then bring it over. Can't tell if that's the box. Yeah, but see, I would have to get rid of all of the, and then I would have to make these square corners, not rounded corners. I mean, theoretically, I could make that work. But I wouldn't be able to have the overhang. So right now, there's an overhang on these. These hang out like another meter past the edge. And I don't think I can do that. Let me destroy some railing here and just, for shits and giggles, see if I can do what I even want to do, because I'm betting it's not going to let me connect. Yeah, see, it's not counting the roof. What? No, hang on, it might. Oh, it might. It is going to work. Oh, it's totally going to work. However, I can't use railing, and I can't use rounded corners up here. I would have to use square corners. Oh, I totally make this work. It's going to be really weird though, because I've already built all of these out. Well, let's start off by getting rid of all the railing. I bet I could do triangle corners though instead of rounded corners. How does that work if I wanted to build? Yeah, see, it's going corner to corner. But what happens if I... Please don't blow up everything I built by just removing the one piece. Okay. Hang on. Oh, that's not even going to do what I wanted to do anyway, because it's not a full triangle. I would need to demolish that whole thing and build this all out as a triangle. Right? Feral is the official mascot of the guild. No, that doesn't give me what I want. Okay. Okay. Now, long term, I wanted to blow this up anyway and do something different with it. But for the sake of argument here, I want to see if I can't make this work. The longest point would be from here to here, which I can't do. But I could do straight across there, which then... That'll work. All right. Okay. Okay, so I could go from here to the rooftop, to the window, to the walls. All right, that is one massive ass pentashield. Oh, where did it go? Do we not have the power to run it? We might not have the power to run it. Did it place it? I don't know that it placed it. Well, there's a corner piece here. But how do I know if I don't have enough power to run it? I didn't see the shields go down on the base, and that... Oh! Yep, the shields definitely... I need another... We's gonna have to build ourselves another... For this experiment. We's gonna need... I can't make spice melange yet. I can make these though. I have steel ingots. 10 generators for one door. I don't know how many of these I'm going to need to do that. But anyway, The important thing is I can do it. We may not be able to do it today because I'm gonna have to rearrange this. I'm gonna have to change these square edges to these rounded edges are gonna have to be changed. Like I'm gonna have to do some more creative management up here. Did it not demolish that either? Dude, it's acting like there's still a... There's no pentashield here. I don't know why it still shows a 3 there. Like, there's no... That's gotta be a bug. Be right back. I feel like that's gotta be a bug. I don't see placements anywhere. And yet it still acts like there's a pentashield door there. I don't think so. Yeah, it was just a bug. It's gone now. Okay. Well, that's all good because I wanted to change this anyway out for we wanted to build something different for the big ornithopter later. So, and I built this before I knew how to do all the cool angled things. So, just I'm carrying too much plastone. Let me go drop this in the... Otherwise, it's all just fall into the ground. Oh, BF. You just put that in that chest. I wonder how much of that plasteel fell down to the ground. Plastone. Plastone. Anyway, I learned a lot more about building since we built that thing out. So, I know one of the things we can do now. But I gotta figure out how to make it work up here, because I don't know. I know it's gonna be these specials. These bad boys, but I gotta drop them down. And to do that, I think I have to get a different angle. There's also, where are they at? These things right here. And I gotta figure out, these have to be connected somehow to a structure. And this is what I don't know how to connect yet. Because I think these only connect to like a floor, not a base, if that makes sense. Let me go check this. Yeah. Maybe not. I don't remember how to get these things to connect. These connect to a structure somehow, and I don't remember what they connect to. So these are the things I have to figure out how to get them to connect. Alright, I need to go down here and build like a scaffold set. Straight out from here. Okay. How am I going to get these things to work? Because they won't connect. They connect to the top. So I would need to maybe drop those down and put, what, additional structurals? Like down here like this? Yes, that's exactly how that would work. Those still, I do not know what these connect to. Alright, well, let's try this first. Yeah, I've used the big gate out front. Okay. What the hell? Aha! So it's meant to connect on the top of this. Oh, says I. Interesting. What if it goes inside like that? No, no, that looks fucked up. But it also allows me to like do something out there like that. No, no, hang on. Demolish. And then what? How do we fill the gap across the top of this? Oh, I bet that's what these are for. Okay, I'm finally figuring out with these, how these all fit together. This is a work in progress. All right, so we could also have that extend out like that, but let's figure out how these work together here first. Really? That doesn't look like it works. So that allows me to do one of these. So that's just another way of building the thing I had already built, sort of. But in order to do this right, I would have to drop this down. The whole thing would have to come down because is it as, see, does it line up with the structural? Yeah, so it would have to be in the middle of 3 to be able to be flush with the top edge here. Okay. Well, at least I sort of know how this all goes together now. I wonder if you can also do the other way. Like if I took the sides and flipped them. Yeah, you can also maybe do this. I can't tell from down here. No, because see, it doesn't quite work. What I want to know is, if you look at this thing, it's got lines coming up at the end of it. The lines go up, and there should be a piece that matches. That's the part I can't figure out. Because this doesn't match up. Oh, yes, it does. I had that put together wrong. Okay. That's how you get it to match up on the outside. I need to drop the whole thing. The whole thing's got to come down for me to make that a landing pad. And I am out of water, so let's go take care of that first. I know how it works now. All right. Whee! So I got to drop this down one more. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I put this thing. And I did it like that. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, so we're gonna put just like this, right? Nope, I did it the wrong way. There we go. Okay, we do it like that. Do it like that. We do it like this. Okay. Then I go up. And we line that up. And then we line this up. And then we put something like that out on the outer face. And then we figure out how to fill all this in with the specialty tippy top things. This is going to be fun. I made it work from below, and now I'm like, how is this going to work? All right, there's one. I should be able to put that one right there. There's two, and then I can just fill the rest in with squares. Thank you very much. Voila! And that's a much better defined landing pad than what I had before. Now, interestingly enough, I bet if I wanted to continue to make it wider, we could also get creative with I would have to do weird angle stuff here. But I bet there's a way to... Yeah, see, I bet there's fun. Yeah, see, there's going to be fun ways for me to figure this out. To, like, push it even further out, if that makes sense. Because, oh, well, that'll go to the tippy-tippy, and I don't know that I want a tippy-tippy. You know? Let me drop down and see. See, it's only wanted to do it from the... Probably because it's already... Spice blow! Yeah, I can't get it to actually do what I want it to do right there. It won't swing around and connect. Oh, 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 hang on. I got it. Oh no, though, but it lines up there, but not over here. So that's not gonna do what I want it to do. Never mind, never mind. I thought it was gonna work, and it's not. It's like, no. It sort of does what I want it to do, but not really because it's not centered, if that makes sense. Alright. Alright. Well, that's good enough for now. That looks pretty good. If I want to finish this off, we come over here to inclines. But it won't do the inclines off the base of one of these. I have to do it off of the... has to be off of a floor. Still. That is not centered anymore off of this, though. I would need to shift the whole thing over one more. Haha! But I'm not going to, because then it's not symmetrical. The additional Atreides build pieces came from the Ultimate edition of the game. So like all my Kaladin pieces, those are from the Atreides. Thanks for the gifted subs, Anonymous, to Amalra and Fredfish. Appreciate the support over on Twitch. Thank you very much. So when we built this earlier, everything was symmetrical based off of that center, and it's no longer symmetrical off that center. So I would need to redo this whole thing if I want it to be symmetrical off of the center of that base. Poodoo! So I know how this fits together now, but it's not matching up with the symmetry of this structure. So I would need to, if I really want to, it's not symmetrical off the back of this anyway, because I couldn't do it because of the way that the base build was. So this top structure, when I first built it, I didn't know what I was doing. And so I just sort of built with the structure that I had without understanding about putting all the like secret pillars inside the rock to support everything. And I'm not willing to rebuild the whole top when it looks good enough. Alright, well, theoretically this will accommodate an assault thopter once I get all this put together. I may have to bring that roof up one more, to be honest with you. Secret tunnel through the mountain. That's definitely one way to do it, for sure. Let's go check out what it feels like with my scout thopter. Woo! Plenty of space. Plenty of space. Although I do need to put an end cap on this, I just noticed. Oh, I put it too high. Damn it. You just go right in there. Thank you. Yes? Yes? Yes. Okay. Plenty of space for multiple thopters up here as long as they pay attention to the pillars. But I may redesign that whole thing. Now that I know how to properly build things out, I'll probably shrink this side down by 1 to make it symmetrical, or... Oh, the carrier's going to go up top when we're done Blackthorn. I don't know yet. Like I said, I'm going to have to probably redo the rooftop to make it work. And then I'm going to want to make this actual base symmetrical. I didn't know how to do that when I first started going, but now that I know how to go in there and build out with the supports and everything else, we may redo some of that later. It is not this day. And I probably need to finally do my repairs here. I need a refuel too. Oh, carrier. Sorry, I was thinking assault thopter. I don't have any space for a carrier at the moment. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother enterprise. That's so far away. I'm not even going to think about that. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go get some more coffee. Let's see here. I'm extremely excited for the changes. Half the deep desert is now mine. Extremely happy for the changes. I don't think they were having a problem with retention in the first place. If you look at the Steam numbers, there have been 0 problems with retention if you look at the Steam numbers. They have a much higher retention than just about every single other game that launches on Steam in terms of single player and multiplayer games. Like we were analyzing this today. Look at New World, look at First Descendant, look at Once Human, look at etc. 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 They were already an abnormally high unicorn level retention as is. And the only people that were expressing discontent were some PvE players who had rushed to the end and didn't have anything to do, and some solo players who rushed to the end and didn't have a lot to do. Those players, I don't think those were players represented more than a single percentile of the player base. Because if you look at the Steam retention numbers, they had next to no fall off over the last 2 weeks in between. Obviously, there's a dip in the weekdays when people are at work, but weekend to weekend, they didn't really lose any. So that says to me that they were already doing well with retention, and now they've fixed the things that the handful of people who were complaining about, which means those players should come back, and theoretically the retention level should be even less now, theoretically. Oh, I hear coffee calling my name. I'm gonna have to go here in a second. Let me repair this, and then I'm gonna go get some more go juice. Yeah, 109,000 people playing on a weekday is not bad. Exactly, Whiskey Dad. I'm so like I think most of the people who are in our guild and most of the people who watch my streams and most of the people who hang out in our community are the average ordinary player. Um, no, it wasn't Old Nasty. I'll get to your comment in a minute. Anyway, the vast majority of players are the people who work day jobs and play, 20 hours a week here and there. Those players are still in T3, Tier 4, Tier 5. I'm still in Tier 5, and I'm 250 hours into the game. And I'm just now getting my assault ornithopter made. I'm not even thinking about the deep desert yet, and we're 2 weeks out. The vast majority, we're talking 90% of the player base, they're not going to be in the deep desert for 2-3 months. Now let's address what Old Nasty said on YouTube, because he's full of shit. Old Nasty said this was an early access release, despite what Funcom said. No, it wasn't. If you say that, you've never played a live service launch ever, and you're just a Reddit troll. Every game that launches, whether it's Star Wars: Republic, Lord of the Rings Online, EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2, World of Warcraft, V Rising, etc. Every single live service game, when it launches with X amount of content, and then they patch more content on top of that. You're full of shit, Old Nasty. It was not a buggy release. You're being a troll. You're full of shit. This was very much a full release with hundreds of hours of gameplay available in the full release. They had a very long beta period. This was not an early access. There was no early access. If you want early access, go look at Enshrouded. Enshrouded is doing an early access. Enshrouded has been in an early access for 2 years, 3 years. It's still not in their 1.0 release. Baldur's Gate 3 did a 2-year early access. That's an early access. Dune Awakening did not have an early access. It doesn't matter what you claim, they did not do an early access. You claiming, little old Mr. Nasty here, the little Reddit troll, claiming it's an early access title. They launched an early access title into full release. No, they didn't. That's right, Hustler. Give the trolls a bit of slack. Get better internet, and then maybe you wouldn't have all the rubber banding you have. That's right. Get a better internet connection. Maybe get a better machine and not have a potato trying to run it, and you might actually be able to play the game. Jesus. Y'all. That's right. So, no, it was not an early access launch. Oh my god. Get a better computer, and maybe you wouldn't have such issues. Oh. Sure you are, old nasty. Sure you are. Uh-huh. Okay. That's like the players who were like, Once Human is so. It's like Once Human was a free-to-play game. Dune Awakening is not a free-to-play game. You can't compare free-to-play to pay-to-play. You can't compare the two. It's like whenever someone tries to be up. Oh, here he goes. He's like, you're like the Star Citizen crowd. Rah! I'm a longtime follower of your channel. I should be allowed to say stupid shit just because. No, man, I call everybody out when they say stupid shit. And you would know that if you were a long-term follower of my channel, Ode Nasty. If you were a long-term follower of my channel, you would know that everyone gets called out when they say stupid shit. Say stupid things. There are consequences. We educate. That's part of what we do. We educate. This game was an early access release because I didn't like the things they did. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Oh yeah, don't forget my coffee. I am gonna go get my coffee, Raver. I forgot because we were having fun with the silliness in chat. I'll be back. All right. Yeah, has he still not answered why this is supposedly an early access game? Because he's just a troll. It's just a troll, guys. If they had facts, they would have put the facts into chat, but they don't have any facts. They're just regurgitating what they saw on Reddit. This game's in early access. They shouldn't have. They're patching the game, therefore it's not ready. It's not fully done because they're patching. He's a troll. He has yet to post. Oh, look, see, there it is. I've been playing Conan games forever. I know Funcom. It's all over Discord as well. Hacking on me doesn't change the facts. What facts? Hang on, I'm scrolling up. All my friends agree that this game was not ready, said Old Nasty. Executive corporate pressure from Tencent. This is literally, we're banning Old Nasty, everybody. Bye-bye, troll. We don't want you here. Bye-bye.
Strong hand, fist of iron, judgment falls. Hearts are dying, banhammer strikes. Tears like rain, justice served. Feel their pain.
The moment you start saying stuff like, Tencent forced them to release this, you're a troll. You're a troll. Oh, we got another one. Slider609 says, why do you have to be so hostile? I'm not hostile. Put stupid comments in my chat. You get treated like a stupid person. It's like, literally, that's as easy as it is. It's common sense. If you act like a child, I will treat you like a child. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you don't post things like, all my friends said this game is trash. Tencent made them publish it. It's clearly an early access title, but I'm not going to talk about why it's an early access title. I'm just going to regurgitate the same comments over and over and over and over and over. Again, you act like a child, I would treat you like a child. If you see that as hostility, yeah, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. It's that simple. Yeah, he had zero facts. He put like 30 comments in chat, and not once did he say, this is why. Yeah, and anybody who's been around here, like AFKmar says in Twitch, you can have a different opinion, but you have to provide facts. We welcome discussion on this channel. We've had lots of heated discussions with people with opposing viewpoints. Oh, because it's way more entertaining to have a discussion. I'm like a cat, Slider. I like to play with my food. If you don't like that, I'm sorry, but this is my channel, my place. That's the way I run my streams. I don't tell you how to do your channel or do your streams. If you don't like it, you feel free to move on. By the way, guys, I did not get more coffee. My wife reminded me I had Nescafe mocha cappuccino, so I made a hot cup of milk and mixed in some of that Nescafe cappuccino. Correct. As Ravesar on Twitch said, he didn't have an opinion. He made a statement of fact and then did not back that statement up with any actual facts. All he kept regurgitating was, it's all my friends agree with me. All the people in Discord agree with me. Tencent made them publish the game. Okay. Whiskey Dad says, if I try a game and I don't like it, I put it down and move on to the next. Not sit and whine about it. There we go. See ya, Slider. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Well, this is not instant coffee. This is Nescafe mocha cappuccino mixed with milk, and it's delicious. It's like a dessert. Matter of fact, what's that quote from Django? This is my reward. It's like a reward. Like, what do you get when you ban a troll from your chat? A cappuccino. It's like a reward. All right, back to actually playing the game. For the rest of us who actually like the game and are having fun playing it, we're going to do more of the same. Do I want to... Oh, you know what I can do? I bet my aluminium is done refining. I like the play stupid games, win stupid prizes idea. It probably was Farrell from yesterday, just with a different account. Well, there is legitimately... we haven't seen him in a while. We haven't seen him in maybe about 2 months. I did for like 6 months there. We had a guy, like 3 people who they would. I like to play games on easy mode, and I scum save and scum load. And there was a guy who for a while was like creating accounts, and I remember one day he created like 7 accounts in one day, and he just kept getting banned over and over and over. And he would just come in chat and just spam out, Renfail plays on easy mode. He's not a real gamer. And I'm like, ban, ban, ban. It's like the moment you pay for my subscriptions and buy my products, you can tell me how to play. Until then, fuck off. The other guy, which we haven't seen him in about 6 months, was he would come in, and I think the last time we saw him was like Dragon Age Veilguard. It might have been Avowed. I know he was Dragon Age Veilguard, but he used to come in and say, "Why are you playing this?" Something along the lines of, "Why are you playing this piece of shit game? I want you to play this other game. I pay your bills. You must play the game I want you to play. Otherwise, you're failing as a streamer." And it's like, that's not how this works. I play the games I want to play. You tune in if you want to tune in. And if you don't tune in, you go somewhere else and watch a different streamer play the games that you want to play. But I don't play the games the community wants me to play. I play the games I want to play, and the community watches those games or they don't watch those games. It's that simple. And occasionally companies pay me to do things. But yeah, I don't... the customer is not always right, because this is my space, and in my space, no shirt, no shoes, no service. So you play by my rules, or there's the door. Farrell is everywhere. His reach has no limits. All right. 2 things, then I'm going to move on. For anybody who might be listening who's new here. First and foremost, why don't I just ban people and move on? Because it's entertaining and I can get 10 or 15 minutes out of it. Like I said, I'm like a cat. I like to play with my food. And then when it stops moving and twitching, I throw it in the corner and I forget about it. Number 2, I had somebody yesterday who said, you publish too many videos on your YouTube channel. My subscription feed is full of your stuff. I have to unsubscribe because it's too much. And I say to that, then I'm doing my job. And the algorithm is doing its job because I want your feed saturated with my shit. I want my face everywhere. I want to be on your Twitter X feed. I want to be on your Instagram feed. I want to be on your TikTok feed. I want to be on your Facebook feed. I want to be on your Blue Sky feed. I want to be on your Twitter feed, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Discord. I want to be everywhere because that's marketing, baby. If I'm doing my job and the algorithm is doing its job, then I am everywhere all at once. And you see my content all the time. That's the point. But I only want to see your stuff once a day, so just show up once a day. Anyway, moving on. I want to build some more stuff. It's probably somebody who got pissed off at my YouTube video because I was celebrating the news about the patch. There's a bunch of PvP people who are pissed off. They took away half my deep desert. Now I can't kill people. I can't grief players anymore. Funcom sucks. Oh. All right. These windows are so clean, it makes me think that I could just go right through them, but I know I can't, so. We're gonna have to fix that right there, because that looks like poo-doo. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, because you have to do a floor. I believe so, Slacker. I don't think it matters which side wins, as long as you've accomplished objectives for your square, you still get the rewards, even if the other side wins the vote, because you contributed and you met the minimums. So it's incentive to keep going no matter what. It's the lands red will get better over time too, because like they're just now getting going with it. So it's got a lot more in terms of things that can get added. Like they've talked about adding solo and other content to it. I don't want to do that right there. Let me move this. I think what I want to do is this. But I got to come out on the other side too. The problem is I can't see up in there. Now I think I can demolish these safely. We're about to find out. Oh, moment of truth. Okay, that worked. Okay. But it did destroy, however, it did not do what I wanted to do there. Oh, here, this will work. It's totally gonna work. Okay, that totally worked. Yeah, buddy. Okay. So now I say, how do I want to make this symmetrical? Okay, that's 2 out from either side. Let's see here. No shirt. I need to take mine off. Getting a bit chilly here. I'm still running the air conditioner. Yeah. There is no need to change the lands red beats by bad music because the lands red works fine as it is. They're already making tweaks to it. The adjustments are going to be additional solo content and additional small group content. Apart from that, it already works perfectly for the PvE versus PvP, the different types of objectives that are there. They will be adding objectives over time. So it's working fine as is. Players already have all the agency they need. It's half and half. It's like right now it's skewed in favor of PvP, but the upcoming changes are going to make it half and half. Half of the deep desert is for PvP, half of the deep desert is pure PvE, split evenly down the middle. Each side gets to contribute equally how they want. It's perfectly balanced in that manner, in that it's half and half. Activity-wise, they will continue to add to the activities over time, and that'll just continue to flesh it out. People seem to forget, like, Skyrim was not... I mention this every day we stream. Skyrim was not the groundbreaking, award-winning game it is today when it launched. It took 15, 20 years of adding content to it to make it that way. Dune Awakening just started. People need to give them a little bit of time, and more stuff will get added to the lands red. And the third faction is a big thing. Like, they should not do too much balancing to the lands red yet because they need to wait to see what the third faction is going to do when it's introduced, because they have great plans on paper And they need to wait for those plans to get implemented into the game before they make too many changes, because they need to make sure that all that works out the way they had it designed. Blackthorn says, Renfail is the first streamer I've seen who paid money to, which I appreciate that. First time I felt good to do so and contribute to his well-being. Like that dude said, Ren puts in the work. I do appreciate that commentary. We do put in... I put in a lot of time. The map is already... So I don't understand your commentary, Beats By, because the map is already dynamic. You're saying, I wish that PvP versus PvE could switch each week so that each side... So that you please... It already... You need to go read the changes that they're bringing to the game with the patch. Because what you're saying makes no sense. It's almost like you haven't read the patch notes that are coming to the public test server. The public test server is making the bottom half of the map PvE, the top half of the map PvP and PvE. So bottom half PvE, top half PvP. Landsrad remains the same. And then players can choose which side of the deep desert map they want to contribute to. They can either contribute to the PvP side or the PvE side. I'm not... Like, your commentary is like you haven't read the patch notes yet. So I would suggest go read the patch notes from today's announcement about the PTC, and then you'll understand what the changes are and why those are some great changes. Exactly, Barbarossa. It's working as intended. People just need to adapt to the game instead of demanding that the game conform to other games. Yeah, you also don't want the game to lose its identity, because what I don't want to see is, like, if I wanted to play Ark, I would go play Ark. If I wanted to play Star Wars: Yoda Republic, I would go play Star Wars: Yoda Republic. I don't want Dune Awakening to play like those other games. I want Dune Awakening to play like its own thing, with its own identity, because it's Dune. It doesn't need to be anything other than that. Okay, that's 2 and 2. Yeah, I think it's either going to be Smugglers, the Fremen, yeah, or Roru. My gut tells me it's Smugglers or Fremen. I know Babylonia has suggested that it could be the Spacing Guild, which also makes sense. Exactly, AFK more. That's one of the reasons like Enshrouded does so well, because it's its own thing. V Rising does its own thing very well. I don't know if you guys watched that trailer we watched earlier during the live stream. Crosswind, I think is what it was called. Which is like an upcoming pirate themed. Looks like it's blending like Enshrouded with Sea of Thieves. It's going to have PvE, PvP, base building, survival, but pirates. Like, you know... Oh, I guarantee most of them have not read Dune, Hector, because we have so many people who will say things... The trolls will say things like, it's so stupid that you... They'll say things like, it's so stupid that you have to use a slow attack to break someone's shields. They'll say something like that. And it's like, well, you're not understanding Dune. If you think that it's stupid that it takes a slow blade to penetrate the shield, then you don't understand the source material. And I do appreciate what Joel said during the AMA. There was somebody who wrote a long comment, and Joel's reply, and I'm going to paraphrase here, was, I appreciate your comment, but it seems to me like your comment is all about how you appreciate being extremely methodical in your gameplay, and you want everything to be like the most expeditious way possible. Like efficiency is your thing. Like you love efficiency, and you're wanting efficiency to be the number one thing that governs the game design. And unfortunately, that's not what we're building here, because our game design is Dune. Dune is the core. So the books and the book philosophy is what governs the game design. So that would be kind of like, why don't we have lightsabers in Lord of the Rings Online? Because lightsabers don't fit in Lord of the Rings Online. Lightsabers are Star Wars. There's no Nazgul in Call of Duty because Nazgul are Middle Earth. Like, alright. Let me see about making this symmetrical. We're going to play around with some stuff here. Deficient stability, my booty. We're gonna have to play around with some pillars down in there, I think. I personally, my gut tells me it's the Fremen. That's I could be way off on that, but I really do think it's the Fremen. Okay, so that's 2 on either side. I probably just need to bring it out to 3 on this side, or I could get rid of this entirely, but then it makes it kind of lopsided for there. I do need to bring it out 1 more over here. It needs to be 3. So we're gonna have to get creative with okay. I wonder. So that comes out 1, 2, 3. That comes out 1, 2, 3. That gives you the symmetry off of this landing pad. But the problem is I don't. I'm afraid of what happens if I demolish this right here. I think I'm just going to have to start risking and see what happens. And if I blow it all up, I blow it all up. Because ultimately I know that I want to, what I'm trying to do is expand this whole thing out. But I don't necessarily need all of these pieces to do what I want to do. Because if my base is this right here, if I break something up top, I'm not going to cry about it too much. Because ultimately, I only need to have stuff around the outside edge. Like this right here, the way I have these 2 on top, ultimately that's what I need to have here, is those 2 on top. So what I can probably do is bury a pillar in here. Because no one's ever going to see it. Although I don't know if that's going to support the floor beneath. We're going to find out. Yep, we'll be fine. Okay. The question is, how far out of here do I come? I don't know yet. Yeah, I definitely need to do that. Okay, hold up. Because we know that we're coming out. Wait, is that the right? No, that's not the right. I gotta come out. I gotta do one more. One more. Can I? Okay, is that what I want? I think so. Ah! Yeah, buddy. All right. That is exactly what I want. Okay. Now, where the question is, where did that go? And I think that's going to end up burying into that. God, I can't see. So I think it comes right into here, but I've come out one more, I think, than I did on the other side. Piece picker. Where is that? There it is. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. For the purposes of argument, let's just leave it like that for now. So, because I've got a stairwell over here that I need to accommodate, and I don't over here. Okay. So this, if I do this properly, yeah, I still got to deal with the stability here, because it's like, there's just not enough stability. Can I put something in here that's going to work? No, you're wanting me to put something probably underneath. Question is where? Okay. I don't know where it just stuck it. Shit. Somewhere up in there is a pillar. I don't know if it's gonna work. Oh no. It did not work. Says I. And also, this is probably not going to do what I wanted to do with the inclines because I've already built so much of it. Because if I slope that, I'm going to end up coming back into the structures that I've already built. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. What about the other incline? Yes, I know I'm dehydrated. That's a bit of a different angle, but I could make it work, I bet. I can make that work. It's a different angle. Although, I forgot that I have to put a corner piece there. But it's a half ramp, so I have to do half ramp corner. I think that's the way it needs to go. I don't remember. There we go. Oops. This is where we might get a little funky because I gotta accommodate. Oh, I think I gotta move that. Yeah, it's gotta come down like that, so I gotta. There we go. Yeah. Hang on, I'm dehydrating. I always have to wait until I hear the audio effect, and then it's like, I need to drink some water. Hang on. Okay. You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. Wait, we're in the desert, baby. You're gonna die. Welcome to the desert. We get parched all day. Okay. I'm showing my age. Just a little bit. just a little bit. Alright, I should be able to. I'm gonna have to build a scaffold out here. I should probably build it from the other side. How do you rotate things? Very carefully. I mean, it's like nothing I'm doing is perfect. But you just gotta you just got to find different angles. Otherwise, sometimes things won't work unless you have the right angle to do it at. So you really just got to go out there and play around with angles until you figure out the way the things put together. Okay. So I can put this right there. Then this is to come here. And then this is... Ah! Come on. I think that's right. It's hard for me to tell at this angle. Yes. Okay. Now I can't put one here because it's gonna kill my stairs. So okay. However, I still haven't solved the problem of I'm lacking support to like fill in this shit right here, and that's the part I don't know how to do yet. Yeah, insufficient stability. This is what I don't know how to do yet. Let me drop down here so I can put something. Don't fall, Jesus. I think there's still a gap over there somewhere. But there's nothing. I need something in here that's gonna give me the support I want. So I would say, can I bury a corner column? It's letting me place something right in there. But then when I try to find it, I can't. So I don't know if that worked. We're about to find out. I don't know if it's going to give me the support I need to place that. Nope. I do not know where to put this. Size limit? No, but there's like there's a support limit, and when you reach that, it'll tell you that. And so then you have to figure out, and that's something that could be probably further clarified over time. Is like, how do you know when you've reached a support limit, or how do you know when you're going to get to a support limit? There could be a better. There's no visual indicator right now that shows you that you're getting to a limit. So in a perfect world, I would love it to be like, you bring this up, you get a grid pattern that shows up, and then like places that are in red are because, or as an example, places that are in blue are because they don't have enough support. And so you have to then, in the grid format, okay, I need a support here, I need a support, there's like a support every 5 pieces, you know. As it stands right now, it's kind of haphazard. And then if you do silly stuff, like, oh, let me say I demolish like that pillar right there, that might have just torn down a whole bunch of stuff up top that I don't know anything about. And so I just won't know unless I go in here and play around with things. Like, did that give me enough to support to put that there? It did not. So I have yet to figure out what I need to do to make enough support to place something right here. I think it's because I need to put something underneath And that's where we get tricky because I'm going to have to go over here and do another scaffold build. And this is where you have to do crazy stuff like build a bunch of scaffolding. So that you can get out and figure out what it is that you need to place. And this has got, so we put that there, we hop out, and we say, okay, let me build a scaffolding out where I need to go so I can try to figure out how to get like a column placed somewhere surreptitiously underneath here where no one's going to see it. Right? And which column? Like, which one's going to work? Can I put it there? Can I put it here? Yeah, the problem is where can I put it to where no one's going to see it? And I might have to demolish this. Like, that's not going to work. Alright, that might work, right? Like, that's telling me that I can place a pillar right there. So what if I place that right there? And then come place my incline. Can I place my incline now, or is it not going to work? See, now I've placed a pillar there, and it's not going to let me place my incline, because it's not going to cap it. You know what I mean? So this is the fun stuff that you have to figure out, because I put the pillar there, which I guarantee you means I can then place the thing I want to place, but now I can't put my cap there because I've got a pillar in here instead. So these are the things that you have to mess around with. And the problem is if I do something like that right there and remove the stronghold, that might blow up the whole top structure, because I built this thing like 2 weeks ago, and that could blow up 20 pieces up top. Because that is that's a floor piece. I might be able to, no, because that's connecting. I might be able to blow that up. Let's try it and see. I don't see that it went all the way through. So we're going to demolish that. And now we're going to tell this to go put that pillar up inside there a little bit higher. Is it wanting to put it somewhere? I can't. It's snapping to something up in there. Oh, there it went. So let's snap it. I don't know where it just put it. I can't see it. I don't know where it went. Did it do what I want? I don't know. Now I have to like go up top here and see, can I place the thing that I want to place? Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Oh, and I missed that one too. That's not good. It's gonna be a long trip down. Like I said, there's a lot of quality of life stuff that could be added to the building. YOLO, right? So see, that still didn't provide me with the stability that I need. So wherever I put that pillar, it's not giving me the support that I need. So it needs to be something that's underneath here. So yeah, this is where I just don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna get this to work. Because there's like these things too. Like that isn't placing on anything. Although, if I did this, see, then I can't. That's a center thing. Maybe if I did this. put a floor piece here. Oh no, we're trying stuff here. And then I put the pillar right here. That's snapping to the pillar. And then I come over here. That still did not provide me with enough stability to build this block. This is the block that's pissing me off because I can't figure out how to get the support I need for this block. And somewhere in here is a pillar that I inadvertently placed. And I don't know where it went, and I don't know what it was used for. So, yeah, I don't know how to get a support piece for that yet. Because I could totally put something there, but then I can't cap it. And it would be great, like, it would be great if these were highlighted even through the wall, if that makes sense. Because, like, here, I might be able to place something here. Now, there's a little pillar sticking through there. Is anyone ever going to see that? I don't know. Oh, god damn it, I hate missing those shots. It's going to be easier just to go up here. Because was that enough to maybe build a support? Oh, I removed that pillar. Ah ha ha ha. Still not enough. So even that pillar wasn't enough. I genuinely don't know what I got to do to get this piece to work. That's going to be the bane of my existence. Is figuring out this one piece. 5,000 pieces. No, you can build 5,000. Like, can I get rid of that one? Like, what is that? What's it going to demolish? And by doing that, here's what I ought to do now that I'm thinking about this. I ought to go from the top in. Oops, that was the wrong thing to do. There we go. We're going to run back around up top. I am at around... Yesterday I was at like 1,300 pieces out of 5,000 pieces. So I still have a lot of stuff I could do. So, here's what I'm trying to do. I want that right there to be buildable. So, I know what I can do here. See that pillar right there? We're going to bring that pillar down. Maybe this will work. Nope. Blocked by another object. Which one is that? That's a corner column. Okay, there we go. So now that's connected all over the base. Now let's see if this lets me do... Nope, still not enough. So Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I gotta do to make that work, but this is the symmetrical corner that I want. Like, I have to figure out how to get this to work. And I haven't figured that one out yet. No, it's a even cycle, night and day. Come here. What's up, buddy? You wanna come say hi to everybody? You're not awake yet. No. What's up? No, you can't go back there. Yes. Hi. What time is it? It must be like 2 o'clock if you're waking up. It's 1. Yeah. You ready to go get your lunch? Yes. You ready for lunch? Yes, you're a good boy. Yes, he is a daddy's boy. He's more of a daddy's boy than mommy's boy, but Frodo is more of a mommy's boy than a daddy's boy. This is Smeagol. He is a big attention bug, and also he gets stressed really easy. And when he gets stressed, he gets urinary tract infections. He's had 4 of them, and he's only 3 years old, so we have to be careful with him. So we try to keep him stress-free if possible. The problem is we have a lot of stray cats around our property, and all our cats are fixed, but he started spraying about 6, 8 months ago, even though he's been fixed since he was 6 months old, because all the male cats that are around us are stressing him out. So started to just bring him inside a lot and have him just stay in here. He sleeps all day in here, and then we put him out in the catio, and for the most part he stays in here. Yes, he's a big baby. Yeah? You ready to go get lunch? I better get out of the sun, otherwise I'm gonna roast. Well, gosh darn it. I gotta figure this out. Let me get inside where I'm not gonna die to heat exhaustion, and let me go put him out and get him some lunch. I'll be right back. Una paleta. Thanks for the gifted subs, Hyperion. Yep, I will be doing Tales of the Shire next month. Yep. End of the month. Currently, the plan at the moment is we're going to be doing Death Stranding 2 until we finish, and then we'll be switching over to do some Rogue Trader to do a second playthrough of that in between Dune Awakening, and then on the 15th is Destiny 2 is doing like a relaunch, and I'm really excited because I haven't played Destiny 2 in a long time, so I'm excited to try that out. So I will be diving back into Destiny 2 for the first time in like 4 or 5 years. And then at the end of July, we'll be doing Tales of the Shire. And then August 4th is Mafia: The Old Country. And then there was something else in August. I don't remember what it was. And then September, I want to say September is like Borderlands 4. Ghost of Yotaya is October. I think Indiana Jones and the Great Circle DLC is October. End of October is Outer Worlds 2, sorry. I can't remember what else is in August and what else is in September. Because I know at the beginning of August we have Mafia: The Old Country, and at the beginning of September is Borderlands 4. I can't remember what are the ones that are at the end of the month for each of those games. For each of those months, sorry. Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm not going to be able to get that, I may just do this because I can't even get stability on this one. And if I could drop this here, and just not be square, I'm not going to be that upset if it's not. Can I put a wall here? Probably not. Nothing that's going to match that, is it? Okay, see, this is the downside of like... That doesn't look quite right, you know what I mean? But I can't put a block in there because that stupid... I put that... I put a pillar in there. So I can't make that work. And if I blow that pillar, I'm going to blow out half this floor. Watch. Yeah, so I'm not happy with this. I can't get this to work the way I want it to, so we may have to shrink it down one. Because I know I can get it this wide. So it's 1, 2 on either side of that. Coming back 1, 2. See, I can't even get this corner to work too. See, there's definitely a pillar back in there. But not enough for stability here. I think the only thing to do would be to come up from all the way down and add like some sort of a column support from here. But if I did that, I would have to figure out how to make it work on the other side. Unless that might be what I need to do, is I might need to bring it back all the way out here and take a look at this from underneath and say, okay, if I want it to be 3 and 3, I can put a pillar on the top of this building over here, and I could put a fake pillar here. But the problem is, where do I put the pillar on this corner? Because there's no building that wraps. And what I would have to do is I would have to wrap this building around the corner, even if it's dead space, just to have the support to create for the landing pad. Let me play around with that thought process. Because these were... Yeah, I would have to do it this way. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm parched. Okay. So if I built... The problem is it's not symmetrical. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could make... So 1, 2, 3. So if I had one in each corner, that gives it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could put it on that one right there. That's number 4. Okay. So if I brought down, I need a pillar top. How do I make it connect?
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Well, hang on. Something could get buried in there. But it's not lining up with the center. It's lining up with the... Hang on. Let me try this. How do I get that to line up? I can't. God damn it. It looks like it's on top of that, right?
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Is that connected to anything? I can't tell. I think it is, but I can't tell if it's actually supporting anything. Hang on, I gotta go get under shelter. If I could make that work and it supports each side equally, it's kind of buried enough to where no one's ever going to see it, and I could maybe make things work. I didn't think about putting something on top of the rooftop here before and building up from the rooftop up. Problem is I can't see what it's connecting to up top. Come on, Sandstorm. I got a house to build.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
good? We're good. Okay. So I can probably get rid of that pillar. See, that still didn't give me the support from that edge. So I probably need to build something down. How would I make this work, though? Like, I would need to come down from where? Because, see, it doesn't want... This is an interesting thing. So the support does not want to come down off of the ramp. That is an issue. Because it only wants to support the bottom of a floor. See, it snaps to the floor right there. But it will not snap to a ramp. So if I want to continue to use the ramped underbellies that I've used for everywhere else, I have to shrink the size of that because these pieces won't fit together. And there's no bases that wrap around the column, if that makes sense. There's no angular pieces. There's no incline pieces that wrap around the bottom of a column. So that's my limitation with the current building sets we have. Like these pieces won't snap to an incline. They'll only snap to that right there. They'll snap to a floor piece. So I would have to fundamentally change the look. I would have to say goodbye to all of this. Hang on, I gotta go. I'm dropping stuff over the floor. This is me learning the limitations of the build set here. What's up, RJ? I may have already said that, but my brain is tired. I'm like supposed to only play for an hour and a half in the afternoon. I'm 3 hours in because I'm like, I need to make this fracking thing work. And it's like pissing me off. So yeah, I have to get rid of all of the ramp inclines because these just aren't, I can't use these essentially because you can't put pillars up to support them. Okay, well that makes sense. So now I can break all of this down. Shit, I probably shouldn't have broke whatever that was. I broke something over there. I don't know what it was. All right, so this has to be symmetrical. So I can put it on the outside. If I want to do it like this, I have to say this right here. There we go. So it has to be... Did I accidentally get rid of that one? Yeah, there's no floor there. There we go. Okay. So if I'm going to do this, I have to fundamentally change the way I think about this top structure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I want to come out one more? If I want to come out one more, which I do, so let me put insufficient stability because I haven't placed. So if I do it, I have to build it like this. I can't come down straight from there. Nope. I have to say, let me line this up. Insufficient stability. I know. God damn it. That's it right there. So we go boom, boom, boom. No, it needs to go up one more. So can I not use another anchor? Boom, and then just floor, I guess? Insufficient stability. Bullshit, I'm right there. Ah! I have made fire! We're not finished yet, though. I this okay, so kind of figuring this out. Structural base. We need to put one. If I built that there. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And fuck, I'm horrible at math. That would be 1. So if I put it here, that's 1, 2, 1, 2. This works. Okay. So I need to come down. The problem is I can't tell if this is the right place to put this. I think it's right here. But I can't frackin' tell. It would be great if they would allow me to build it from the top down. Maybe it will in this case. No, see, that's not gonna work. Because I have to somehow... I gotta have that be inside, and I don't know how to place that inside. Because I can't see it. Maybe I could just go straight out to the other side and ignore the middle for the moment. Okay. Right? Insufficient stability. It's not gonna let me do that. Yeah, see, I gotta come down. And the problem is trying to figure out, so we built it 3 back from the outside edge. This is where I'm just gonna have a hell of a time trying to figure this out. I don't have 3 back because I don't have enough of these placed, and I can't place them because I don't have enough stability. So to try to figure out where to get the fucking... Okay. Oh, hang on. That one center one might be enough. Hang on. That one center one might. Well, it's not the center one. It's the one I built over there on the corner. Let me pray on my own stuff now. Because as of right now, I'm 3 out on each side, right? Yeah, 3 out on each side. I built the wrong flooring material here, though, I'll tell you that much. Possibly put one here. Don't know yet. Can I now put all of these stupid structural pieces? No, it still says lacking stability. All right, I'm at a loss here, guys. That I really am at a loss because I have pillars right below me, and it's still telling me lack of stability to place those corner pieces up there. I'm about ready to be done fighting this because it's not giving me what I want. There are no ways to do like thumb select. You always have to use here. I don't know if I can show this. Inventory. You always have to use this little thing right here. Whenever you're in any sort of inventory screen on the controller, you have to use this little cursor. There is no thumb tab or easy way to switch between objects. So if you're looting a corpse and you've got the other window up, you either loot all or you individually go over to each one and click select, select, select. That's it. There is no thumb tabbing or any sort of quick select. It is a crafter's dream game, Henway, although I will admit I'm struggle bussing with this thing right now because I cannot figure out how, because I want it to be symmetrical, so I'm trying to get it X amount of squares wide, and I cannot figure out how to get the proper structural support to support the corners that I want. And it is starting to drive me batshit crazy. Because I've been working on this for like 2 hours and I cannot get it to shape up the way I want. But I have a massive base. Like, this is just me nitpicking about a tiny little element because I don't have to do it this way. Like, I wanted to make it work if I could. Because I could totally make it, we could do the 2 wide, I think, and just not worry about it. Even 2 wide, though, is being cranky, Like, I can't get it to come up here and do exactly what I want. So I can get 1 wide there. Here, I'll show you what I mean. I could totally make this work. Don't give me that crap. See, I put this column in here now, and it's like, no. Oh, there's that column that I put in there sideways. So, like, I can come out 1. That is 1, 1. And then I would need to take off this outer edge to be symmetrical. Or if I could manage to build it out one more here, I could make this, like if I placed one here. See, insufficient stability. Yeah, you son of a... Insufficient stability. Or I just say screw the symmetry and don't worry about it. Which is what I did before. So before I had all this fleshed out as much as I could, and I didn't worry about the symmetry. And then I got all Twitter-pated with trying to get this all symmetrical, and that's when shit started going sideways, because I couldn't get anything to work the way I wanted it. So I got all grumpy about the symmetry stuff. I probably just need to stop worrying about the symmetry stuff and just deal with the landmark that I have, because I cannot make this work for the life of me, and I am tired of dealing with it. So I think we're gonna blast this away. We're gonna blast that. We're gonna blast that. Right? We're gonna get rid of some of this fluorine. I think I actually demolished one too many pieces. Did my suspensor belt just break? I think it did. And I did break a piece that I shouldn't have broke. So. Alright, my belt is broke. I gotta take the long way down. Actually, where is the other? I think it was down one more. This is all this stuff I've been building over the past few weeks, so I'm a little like, oh, I forgot I need to replace this roof tile. While I'm here, down the dark tunnel of doom that has no lights, out onto the roof, over to my ornithopter bay. Repair my ornithopter belt. Ornithopter belt, leap belt. I'm tired. I need to wrap it up. Repair station, suspensor belt, which is almost broken. I probably just need to replace it. All right, one more thing I want to do before I wrap. I gotta replace that piece I tore down. It was up here. There, right there. That's the piece. And then later on, if I want to do all the flooring stuff that I had done earlier to build the inclines, which I'm going to do if I'm just not going to worry about the stupid symmetry crap. And we just need to place floor tiles and all this stuff. Dude, it's getting there, Bubbaloni. I'm really frustrated that I can't get the things I want to happen to work. But that is the limitation of the builds that we have right now. so I just deal with it. At the very least, we have what I need for the moment. The last couple of hours was me experimenting to see if I could get this whole top structure to be symmetrical, and I just don't think it's gonna work because of the size of this eagle's spire and the limitations of the structure that I have built with the limitations of the building pieces that we have. Like, because what started this whole thing in the first place was me wanting to build like a pentashield box all the way around this, which I can do, but I need more power. And then I was like, well, I want to make this thing square so that it all lines up and it looks symmetrical. And it's like, no. Are there any lettering pieces for signs? Not that I'm aware. Not that I'm aware. Yeah, for anybody just tuning in, we'll do a quick fly around real quick so you guys can see the base that's been built so far. It is a big base. We've done a lot today. We expanded the garage to accommodate. So the first thing we did today is we expanded the garage so that now all the guild members can park their buggies in here. So we have a big old garage now with a massive pentashield entry so that every guild member can roll in with their buggies, take shelter from the storm or whatever. We moved the power generators to the front landing here. We then moved the wind turret things over here to center around that. We got them all nice and symmetrical. And then of course we have the rest of the base that we've built over the past couple of weeks. And what I've been working on this afternoon was trying to figure out a way to make that symmetrical, and it just is not working the way I wanted it to work. So I may also build another one out this side, and like I might get creative and change this around a bit and have one of these out each side so that we can have like some 3 different landing pads for ornithopters up top. Figuring out how those V pieces worked was a pain in the ass in the first place. That took like 45 minutes. But now that I know how those fit together, I should be able to replicate that fairly easily on either side. The thing is, you have to start off with 3 to center it and then strip out the bottom when you're done. But figuring out how to make that work. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with this overall. Alright folks, that is a wrap for today. I will be back tomorrow morning at 4:35 a.m. Central for ongoing Death Stranding 2 playthrough, and then of course some more Dune Awakening tomorrow afternoon. Do about 5 hours in the morning, take a break, and then come back. We'll probably keep the same schedule for the next couple of weeks, which is about 5 hours of Death Stranding, then I'll take a break for breakfast. some exercise, take a quick walk, and then come back. We'll do another 2 to 3 hours. In this case, I did 3.5 hours of Dune Awakening. Yeah, I think I'm going to do 3 paths, Babylonia. That'll maybe make it look a little bit better if I have 3 different, especially because then I can make the square symmetrical, and then the triangle sticking out one side will help it'll, because it's not going to be centered on top of that eagle eye or that eagle nest. It's not going to be the box is not going to be centered on top of the eagle's nest. But if I can make a symmetrical box and then have triangles coming out 3 different sides, it won't feel as off-centered as it does for now. But that's a tomorrow thing. Don't forget, guys, the base building series gets split out into its own episodes on YouTube. So if you want to watch this in 30-minute chunks and you've missed the previous episodes, don't forget to head on over to YouTube. Check those out. I'll catch you all tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of your day. Don't get bit by the worm.